Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session to help change a relationship with alcohol. And the client that I was working with had successfully reduced the amount of alcohol they were drinking, and it was the first time in about 16 years that they had had about 7 days where they hadn't drunk anything at all, which for them was incredible progress. They hadn't had that in a very long time. On the days that they were continuing to drink, they were drinking socially, but the social drinking then led to drinking alone at home after the social drinking. So it was a huge step forward, but still had echoes of some of the previous behaviors that they wanted to change. Now, I look at everything as a feedback loop. You could look at this as a failure. You could look at this as, well, after one session, they didn't completely change their entire relationship with alcohol immediately. Or you could look at it that they made the best progress they'd made in 16 years, and there was even more progress to be made. And I chose to look at it, as I always do, in the way that there is always a feedback loop from every experience. And I asked this particular client, what was the thought attached to continuing to drink at home? And it was in a dialogue of, well, what if I can't get any? What if I want some and there's no drink available? So I asked her that question. I said, what would happen if you didn't have any drink when you're at home? And she said she would feel agitated and aggravated. And I said, well, what happens when you do drink at home alone? How do you feel the next day? And it was, the key thing was self-loathing was the dominant feeling. So I framed it in a different way, and I said, well, if you had to choose between hours of self-loathing or, and she believed that the aggravation or antagonism, this kind of unsettled feeling would last about 15 minutes. If I said, if you had to choose between hours of self-loathing and about 15 minutes of feeling aggravated and agitated, what would you choose? And framed in that way, it's a very easy decision. It's, of course, the 15 minutes of agitation. And that's really what you're going to hear in this hypnosis session. Positioning, sitting with a mildly uncomfortable emotion is actually the stepping stone to freedom from feeling this choice that leads to self-loathing. And it was really based on the premise that for this particular client, there was a time in their life that they believed that drinking whenever they wanted to was an expression of freedom and self-love. Now they look at it through very different eyes. They look at it as actually something quite tragic and sad and destructive. And that's really what this session is all about. To position solitary drinking as something undesirable and to sit with a mildly uncomfortable emotion, if that enables you to have genuine experiences of self-love and freedom, then that's a price worth paying. If you are struggling with your relationship with alcohol and you think that hypnosis may help, there will be a link in the show notes that you can schedule a free consultation call to explore working with me. For now, though, have a listen to this session, but bear in mind it was created for a specific client, a specific individual, and therefore not all of the suggestions are going to be fully relevant for you, because I don't know who you are, but I do know who this client was. So just bear that in mind as you listen to this session. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation and calm. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of worry, stress, or tension to slowly but surely feel like it's leaving your body in your outward breath. Meaning that as you breathe in and breathe out, you start to sink into a wonderful feeling of calm and relaxation, drifting off into a place where wonderful changes can happen. As you scan your body, imagine you're playing hide and seek with stress and tension locked into tendons, muscle tissue, and cells in your body. And maybe you can find that tension in your forehead, or in your jaw, or in your neck or your shoulders. And as you explore to find that tension, just imagine that as you breathe in, you're breathing in a wonderful warm feeling of relaxation and tranquility that has the ability to melt away that tension. As you breathe in and breathe out, just feel that tension melt away now, letting it go and feeling that tension leave your body as you breathe out, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. Feel a wave of relaxation wash over you, starting at the top of your head, and just feel it trickling down, enabling the muscles in your eyelids to relax, your forehead to relax, your cheeks, your jaw. As you breathe in, just imagine breathing in a feeling of calm relaxation that means you can breathe slower, deeper, more and more relaxed. That's it. Breathing in and breathing out. That's it. Just close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, feel it exhale, and just go back to that place of calm relaxation. I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine you have the ability to float. Imagine you can levitate, and imagine how it would feel for your body to stay exactly where it is, but for your energy and your spirit to start floating up above your body, almost like an out-of-body experience. Just imagine floating up out of your body, seeing you beneath you, looking relaxed, looking calm. And imagine you can float forwards in your own timeline, perhaps 3 or 6 months in the future. And I want you to see the inevitable consequences of what happens in your life when you truly change your relationship with alcohol. I want you to see a future version of you that you are truly proud of. To see you making great choices. To see you being an inspiration to those people that you love the most. To see you being a role model, an example of what powerful, profound change looks like. To see yourself doing different things in your evenings that make your life better, that give you the ability to connect with yourself in powerful and profound ways. And if you need to see yourself escaping the difficulties of life, see yourself doing that in a really empowering, positive, inspiring way. And I want you to observe that future version of yourself and then float into that version of you, inhabiting the version of you that already has found what true self-love and freedom really is. Sit with that feeling and remember how you used to feel about the need to drink in the evenings. Remember having that internal dialogue. What if I want more? What if I don't have any? What if I can't buy any more? And remember with a smile as you used to think that you couldn't handle the feeling of agitation or aggravation. And you can smile now because you're already free, knowing that all it took you to be free of a life of punishment, tragedy, and self-loathing was to sit with the mild discomfort of agitation for just 15 minutes. And if your unconscious mind believes that sitting with agitation for 15 minutes was worth a life of freedom, self-love, the gift of being proud of who you truly are, just let me know by nodding your head. In fact, let's go all the way back. So you get to relive just how easy it was to be free. I want you to think back to a time where maybe you were drinking socially, but you were returning home and there was that inner dialogue that had that anxious, panicked, what if I want more? I remember feeling that tightness in the chest, and then imagine smiling. That you are more than willing to deal with 15 minutes or less of aggravation and agitation, knowing that if this is the price to be free of destructive self-punishment, of laziness, of shame, and to move forward to a future of true self-love and freedom, then of course you're willing to pay that price. And if your unconscious mind feels like it's willing to make a choice that will set you free, giving you the optimal balance of connection, the good feelings that you get from alcohol in social situations, but without the self-loathing you get from drinking alone, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. So as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to imagine that you're returning home after having a few drinks. The thought is popping into your head of, what if I can't get more? And just smile to yourself as you're willing to embrace whatever emotions come up, knowing that you can handle them. Because you believe that every sip taken alone is a step away from the vibrant future you envision. That you embrace the power of choice, willing to choose wellness over momentary solace. That as you resist the urge to drink alone, feel the wonderful feeling of strengthening the bonds with the people you love the most. There is no situation in the world that you would truly choose drinking alone over the love you have with your children. So embrace the feeling that every time you choose not to drink, you embody the role model your children deserve. Imagine witnessing the shackles of isolation and alcohol break as you celebrate your newfound freedom. For too long, you truly believed that enjoying your evenings with a glass of wine was the ultimate symbol of self-love and freedom, when in actual fact, it was destructive punishment that led to self-loathing, as you believe that drinking alone no longer aligns with the self-love and care you have for yourself. That's an old belief now, discarded like something you're throwing away. Instead, you can recognize that alcohol, in solitude alone, is not a companion but a jailer, robbing you of joy and authentic self-love. That choosing not to drink, particularly when alone, is choosing light over darkness. That every moment of restraint fills you with pride, real pride, knowing you're living true to your ideals and values. I wonder how you would feel when you accept that alcohol no longer has the power to tether your spirit, that you are free and boundless, that the willingness to sit with a mild emotion like aggravation is something you're more than willing to do. That with every sober evening, you can envision a brighter future, free from the chains of solitary drinking. It didn't take you long to work out that being alcohol-free elevates your productivity, letting you achieve dreams once clouded by the haze of alcohol, the aftermath of self-loathing. Every night you choose not to drink alone, you send a powerful message of resilience and determination to yourself and your children. I want you to feel that wave of pride, knowing that every evening without drink is a testament to your strength and resolve. And you can't help but wonder, if you can change this one area of your life, what else is possible? Celebrate the truth that drinking alone is not self-love. It is a thief of genuine happiness. Alcohol taken in isolation is just a mask. But your true self shines brightest in clarity, that clear thinking, proud, free, smiling version of yourself. Imagine maybe 2 or 3 separate evenings where, after realizing that you can be free, you realize that drinking alone is a shadow of the past, and that today you stand in the light of self-love and genuine freedom. And what is genuine freedom if it isn't the ability to choose how you want to live and the future you're gravitating towards? Every evening, you choose not to drink alone and instead to do something productive, interesting, stimulating. You are investing in a life filled with richer experiences and deeper connections. Alcohol cannot confine the expansive spirit you possess. Feel what it feels like to be limitless. And every day, every evening, without that solitary drinking, is a declaration of your commitment to a brighter, healthier future, and teleport towards that vibrant, healthy future. Imagine yourself being active in the sunshine, breathing in fresh, clean air, feeling that weeks, if not months or years, have gone by without the need to drink alone, especially in the evenings. That you are reclaiming your power, proving that change is attainable at any age and any stage. That your decision to choose the door that was right for you was a true act of self-love, genuine freedom, and balance in your life. And all it took was just 15 minutes sitting with a mildly uncomfortable emotion, a price that you were more than willing to pay. In fact, you can look forward to those temporary feelings of discomfort, because often on the other side of that discomfort are wonderful new horizons of possibility. They say that paradise is on the other side of your comfort zone, and it may be uncomfortable to do the thing you don't normally do. But if that is the key to a door of wonderful possibilities, is that not a door worth pursuing? You firmly believe that drinking alone is not an act of freedom. It's an act of destructive punishment, self-loathing. Like many traps, it has the bait that is appealing, but fundamentally takes you to a place that many people never escape. But what if you are one of the few to escape that trap? And if you're willing to escape that trap with just minutes of discomfort, let me know by nodding your head. In fact, you embrace it. You look forward to it. You are just minutes away from a new life, a new chapter, a different version of you that you present to the world and to yourself, and that people that love you the most and you love the most will see a newer version of you, a version of you that they are proud of and you are proud of, just minutes away from that version of you. So I want you to imagine being in that moment of aggravation and agitation. Feel where you would feel it in your body. And when you can feel that mild agitation and aggravation, and maybe the voice that accompanies it, I want you to smile, knowing that you are just minutes away from freedom. The attitude is, show me your worst, bring it on. I can handle this. And in doing so, you can. And realize that as you embrace it, you no longer fear it. You make the evaluation that you can handle it. It is never as bad as you ever thought it would be. And then imagine that it passes, as everything does, and you feel that you've escaped from a prison of self-loathing into a wonderful future of balance, harmony, self-love, and freedom. And if you're ready to do whatever it takes to start this chapter of your life, let me know by nodding your head. And in doing so, return to the present, taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect fully with the present moment, looking forward to your escape plan, starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.